Hey, this is Brian.
This is Cliff.
And today we're going to show you how to install a charge pipe on an F10.
First thing we're going to do is remove the stock air intake box. We're going to disconnect the mass airflow sensor or the MAP right here. Loosen up this screw holding down this clamp. And then there's a few grommets, one located here, in the back here, and another up front. And those you'll just be able to lift up once you have it disconnected here and the mass airflow sensor disconnected.
All right, to remove the mass airflow sensor, there is a little tab that's going to be very difficult to see, but what you want to do is you press the tab down. That's going to release the clip. So here's a better shot at what this tab looks like. So there's a little hook right there. So you press this down and it's going to release it just enough to where you can slide it out. Because it's so low, some people tend to pry up, and if you do that, what's going to happen is this is going to break off. So remember, always press down.
Now we're going to loosen this clamp here as well, again using a flathead. Loosen the air intake. It has a clip that goes into this plastic right here. Just push that in on both sides. Just squeezing kind of here will actually release that, and just get it as loose as you can. That will come out once we lift this off. On the driver's side of your air intake, you're going to want to pull up on these wire looms that are connected to the airbox. These just lift straight up. Now everything's free and you can go ahead and lift up on the airbox. And everything will just come right apart. Now go ahead and remove this T30 bolt. Once you have it loose, just go ahead and grab it and pull it out. It's going to have this metal ring around it that's holding it in place on this rubber grommet.
All right, now what we're going to do is you need to remove this connection down here. Now this is going to be the same as we remove that mass airflow sensor. So sometimes you have to get a pick tool in here to press down on the tab, or you can lift up right here. Sometimes that works too. I'm just going to put this over here out of the way. Next thing you need to do is get this vacuum line. You'll see that there's two pieces of plastic that stick out. This can be a little bit tough sometimes, but just squeeze on there. Then last, there's this flathead screw right here. We're going to remove this clamp. Just loosen it up really good. All right, so we've disconnected this connection, we've disconnected this right here, and we've loosened the clamp down the bottom. The next thing we need to do is get this clamp right here with a pick tool. Slide your pick tool in, or you could use a flathead screwdriver if you'd like to, and you're going to pull this straight up. Just like that. Now you don't have to pull it all the way off, you can just leave it just like that. And then you pull it down, and then we're going to remove this last connection over here. Just by wiggling it off. Just like that. Then just do your best to find a good spot to remove this entire pipe. So here's a good example of the before and the after and what we're going to be installing. You can see this is just very cheap plastic. It's very thin too. And we're going to upgrade it with this really nice aluminum.
Now we're going to go ahead and remove the stock MAP sensor from the charge pipe, and this is using a T20 bit. Carefully remove this from the charge pipe. Here's your sensor. Now you can line this up, make sure you're installing it in the same orientation. Go back into our new charge pipe. And there are two new provided bolts that are going to be used to install this. And these are 4mm hex keys. Make sure you don't over tighten these because aluminum is a soft metal and you don't want to strip out the threading inside the sensor location. Now we're going to take this coupler piece, and this is going to attach to where the stock pipe was removed from. It's going to go slip over right like this, Then we're gonna have this clamp that we put on top using a 10mm socket and tighten that up. So slide that all the way up until these plastic stops. That way you know you have it fully on. And then slide your clamp up almost to the edge. You wanna leave a little bit of overlap, but make sure you're over top of where the stock pipe is. Now we're gonna tighten this up, but not fully tightened yet. We're just gonna keep it loose so that we have some play with it while we're installing the charge pipe. But we don't want it to be sliding around on us, so we're just gonna get it lightly installed.
Now on the old charge pipe, you're going to notice an O-ring. Carefully take this out and reinsert it into the groove of the new charge pipe. All right, next, get your other clamp. Just place it over the rubber hose here. All right, so now what you wanna do is take your new charge pipe and navigate it way down here. And then what I'm doing now is I'm lining it up into our rubber hose right here. And you're going to slide it on just like this. Now you'll notice that there is a groove right here and there is a groove cut out here. What you need to do is you need to line up the grooves, just like this. You take your clamp and you slide it just like that. Then what you want to do is take it up and down and just wiggle it around, make sure that everything is locked in place. One thing that you'll notice is there is a gap right here. Now the reason for this gap is with the heat and the cold, it's going to expand and contrast, so it's going to give it just a little room to move around, but other than that, you're good. So at this point, you can take your map sensor and plug this back in, and take your vacuum line, plug this back in.
Now that you have both clamps in place and installed, you're gonna go and tighten these fully up.
All right, what we need to do on our existing charge pipe, there's this little clip, this little fastener. We're going to take this off and you need to slide it on the new charge pipe. Otherwise, you're not gonna have anything to screw into. All right, once you have this, what you wanna do is take this and just bend this clip up, because what happens is when you slide this on, it's going to hit the pipe too early, but if you give it a little bit of a bend just like that, it's going to slide on nice. So you take this, you slide it on, you line it up with the hole, and you take that grommet, and you drop it, and it's gone forever. Just kidding. Then you take that grommet, you slide it in just like this. I like to press it up with my finger. Take that other bolt, press it through. Start to hand thread this in and lock it in place. This is a T30. All right, at this point we are going to put the top part of the air intake back on, and then everything will be complete.
Keep in mind you have these 3 push pins that are gonna go into these 3 grommets right here. So just line those up as best you can and then push down. Insert the stock air intake line. Slide that in place. Insert the air box right up here. Then line up those grommets and just push down and retighten up your 2 clamp rings. Lastly, reconnect your mass airflow sensor. Reinstall the cover. Now there's 2 clips right here that need to slide into these 2 locations right there. Push them up and then just push down. That's the installation complete. If you guys have any comments or questions, please leave them below.
Again, this is Brian and Cliff. Thanks for watching Kies Motorsports. As always, make sure to give us a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe. If you're interested in one for your car, check out kiesmotorsports.com. Thanks so much for watching and have a great day.
See you guys next time.
We're done.